Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, we saw a lot of innovation about payments clients, but very little in the field for wealth managers. And today, we are about to change that. If you look today at how wealth managers work, they work mostly with antiquated systems, often doing things manually and with a lot of assistance. And what we wanted to do with mydesq is take all their systems from the Bloomberg terminal to their CRM, their portfolio analysis, their MIS, and put it all in one system and fitting on an iPad. That's what we're trying to do. But we're going to do much more than that, because the whole idea is not just to avoid the wealth manager some clicks because he's using only one application. We want to help the wealth manager in 3 specific areas. First of all, we want to help him be more proactive and increase his sales and service. Second, we want to help him comply with regulations, because now in the global world, regulations are extremely complex. And the third one is we want to really, help the wealth managers to simplify their work. So how we are going to do it, let me show it to you. Now I'm going to portray a wealth manager, and one of my clients is calling me. So it's Peter, hi Peter, and automatically I'm going to search for Peter, and I'm going to have access to all the information that I need to be able to engage a meaningful conversation with Peter and give him the feeling that I know him well. So for example, I know where Peter stays, I can talk about the weather, I know how much assets he has, when I last spoke with him. But if I flip the tiles, I get also all what he has done recently on any of his accounts. If I flip once more the tile, I can see all his assets in the various accounts, in the various booking centers, with the performance, and have access to all the information. At any point in time, I can have access to the full information about Peter, and I can select all the information that I need about his family, about his personal, about his professional situation, and I can engage and provide a personal touch to my discussions with Peter. Now, unlike other systems which flood you with information, and mainly compliance and technical information, the whole idea of mydesq is to give the wealth managers information at their fingertips and to allow them to tell a story or start a conversation piece. That's what we are trying. Now, Peter wants to invest money, and he wants to invest money, so let's go on one of his accounts. And if I go a deep dive into one of his accounts, I'm going to see not only how much money he has, but I'm going to see all the 6 dimensions that I need as a wealth manager to serve my client well. I need to know how is the performance of Peter's account, and I can see with the donut charts that it's below the benchmark the bank has defined. I can see that Peter is taking risk which is aligned with his risk profile. I can see that I have not been calling Peter that frequently or sent him any investment proposals. I also know that I have to speak about pricing with Peter because recently, I'm not earning that much money on him, and I know that Peter is an important client. So the whole idea about mydesq is not simply give you a digital layer to see your assets, but to combine it together with other analytical information so that when you are talking with the client, you have all the information to become more proactive. Now, Peter is going to ask me a question. He owns Apple products, and he asked me, what do I think about Apple? So I'm going to go and search Apple. And when I click on Apple, most of the wealth managers, when they're asked ad hoc questions, it's very difficult. So when I click on Apple, I have all the conversation pieces. If I flip the tile, I know why other investors or my peers like Apple. If I click once more the tile, I have the whole why my bank thinks Apple is good. And at any point in time, I can click on Apple and get further information. I have multiple views to help me. I can see what the analysts are saying, what is the 52-week range, and I can get the full detail on Apple share. Now, I'm going to go back and do directly a trade, because that's what Peter wants to do. He wants to buy Apple. So from any point in the system, I can have direct actions which I can do. Let's do a trade. So let's enter Peter, and let's select an account. And what you will see is that the system has automatically calculated for me how much I can buy for Peter. Why? So if I enter a quantity, and let's take now, for example, 1,400, as an example, and if you can click on the maximum quantity allowed, what you will see is based on the buying power of Peter, but also based on the risk ability, and that's the whole investment suitability part, comparing the client risk profile with the product risk and telling if the investment is suitable for Peter. That's all taken care of by the system. And now I come to the best part of the system. The best part of the system is the one you cannot see. All what the regulators require in terms of disclosure documents, educational material, suitability letters, are automatically taken care of. But now let me ask you a question. If Peter is a German client, the advisor is in UK, and my assets are booked in Singapore, what do I have to do? Now, that's the beauty of our system. Any regulations and any combination, we have a proprietary rule engine which allows you to solve this problem. It takes care automatically of all what the wealth manager has to do. Now, we timed in a Swiss bank how much time it takes for a wealth manager to do a trade and do all these things manually. It took them 17 minutes. Here, you can do it in 30 seconds. That's what we are about. We are trying to simplify the life of the wealth managers. If you can go back, I would like to show you also the preview portfolio. At any point in time, I mean, the client wants to know what's going to happen with my portfolio. How does it look? So I can see the initial portfolio, I can see the modified portfolio. But I also have access to all the risk analysis. And I can tell him if I go on the stress test, depending on the various scenarios I've selected, if there's a Greek meltdown, or if there's a China slowdown, what is the drawdown on your portfolio? And I can also show him how your portfolio is going to evolve in the future. So I would like to sum up once again what is mydesq. Mydesq is not just another digital presentation layer or an omni-channel solution. What we are doing is we are combining clients, products, accounts, analytical information, regulatory information, and giving it step by step to the wealth manager as and when he needs it. And that's what mydesq is all about. And one last word about regulations. You know how regulations keep on changing frequently? In Singapore, it's almost every 6 months they have a new change in regulations. All those changes can be done in mydesq without changing any code. It's just a rule parameterization which has to be changed, and it's a DB, it's a database 1 or 0 you have to change. So that's what mydesq is all about. Now, if you think this case that we showed you is good, come and see us for our event management. If you want to switch one Apple to a Google, for example, we can send out a mail of recommendation to all your clients in less than 3 minutes. And that would take normally a wealth manager more than 1 month. So come and see us at our booth. We look forward to see you.